And we are live. Jorge Prospector from the Prospect Chase Box, joined by my dear friend, Mr. Ron Bartley. How are you, my friend?
Hey, good. I'm just sitting here west of, or a little bit east of where the fires are burning, and a little bit south of where they're burning. So I'm getting covered with ash, but doing good in between.
I bet. I was going to ask you about that. It must get really hot, right?
It's hot, but the smoke helps block out the sun and cool
Mm,
things down. But that fire burning out in Cabrico Canyon in Orange County coming this way is bad. But the one up in Big Bear area, if anybody's familiar with that, is horrific. It's devastating to a lot of people up there. So my thoughts are out to all
absolutely.
those people out there. Yeah, it's an area I grew up in. My grandparents lived up there as a kid. I spent until I was about 11 every every summer up there, and almost every weekend or holiday we were hauled up there. So
That's terrible.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you guys suffer the same things up there at different times. We have three different large fires burning right now, so that's
I didn't tell
crazy.
you this offline, but now you've got me thinking or rethinking this. I'm slated to be in your neck of the woods tomorrow, tomorrow and Friday. Supposed to get there tonight for a private event, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. Just don't have the bandwidth for it. I debated whether to fly or drive. I don't know yet what I'm gonna do. I don't even know if I'm gonna go. It's for a work
Well,
event.
with the Padres in Seattle, what's the point?
Are they playing in Seattle?
Yeah, in
In Seattle?
Seattle.
Yeah, yeah. Um, man, that's
Then
so
San Francisco.
yeah, no, it's we'll get to that in a minute because that's
Yeah,
obviously in our list of topics to discuss. We've got it hasn't been a while. It's been a while since we've got some interesting September baseball, uh, meaningful September baseball games. So that's been fun, especially for us to have teams in it. Our Mets and Padres. But yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. It's been a while.
yeah.
We both had situations that we're dealing with. Ron was working with a move. Stressful, I imagine. I had a lot of work shit, and I couldn't get away, travel, all that. So we broke our streak. However,
Yeah.
we're going strong. This is episode 66 of Coffee and Rip. So excited
Route
to actually,
66.
yeah, excited to actually make some time for it, especially because as we both know, and many of our listeners will know, um, man, it's heavy. It's busy season. It's heavy season um, for baseball hobby. Lots of product, lots of expensive product. Um,
They're
yeah,
coming after our wallets, like you said the other day. They're
like
coming
coming
after
after
our
wallets
wallets.
like crazy. There's no if you're caught off guard, and we've talked about this all year. Is that easy picking up all that nonsense flagship product because the heavy hitters are coming. I've always joke around with the Sapphire is coming meme, and it's here, and no matter how prepared or not you are, life gets in the way. In my case, like expenses have shut up with other stuff, non-baseball stuff, so has significantly shrunken my baseball hobby. Um, wallet
Well,
and
let's talk about some of those products. The product
let's
number one,
let's do it.
Logo Factor, that dropped the other day. You had to call in to try and get it. It was, I called in, you called in, lots of people we know called in. You heard a couple of folks that got them, but no callbacks. It's like the EQL of voicemail.
It's terrible because last time, well, we can get into the. I think we've even touched on this topic before in prior, probably one of the early episodes of how effed up the whole system is from a
Yeah.
logistics point of view, from every point of every which way you look at it, it's ridiculous. I
Now
don't know.
that
I think
product's
it's
a little
ridiculous by
different.
design.
Yeah, it's a little different because that product is being marketed by the MLB store. So it's in conjunction with Tops, those calls are going to the MLB store in New York. So it's a little
Yeah,
bit
but
different dinosaur, but
the revenue is being
yep,
split the same way.
yep,
It's just a distribution of who gets to distribute. And if Tops, in this case Fanatics, would have learned something, you would think, because Fanatics always told us once they took over Tops that was part of the expertise that they brought, that they were bringing in, of like logistics, distribution, a more efficient way of doing things. And a closer look, this is now the one, two, this is the third iteration of that product, I think, 22, 23, 24, yes. You would think by last year they would have, like when they do those meetings where they break down products and their different teams, you would think that when Logo Fractor topic, was brought up, that heads would be flying in Fanatics in disbelief of like, wait, what are you doing? You are calling people and leaving voicemail, and then they're calling you, and if you don't get them because they're shitting or taking a shower, they miss on a product. So someone that was going to buy 5 cases, you caught him in bed or in the shower, and that order wasn't placed. Wait, I wonder if that's the most efficient way that we can go about procuring and selling this product. I wonder. That would be, in my opinion, the first.
I mean, you and I were in for a case on that one, splitting the case. But neither of us got the call back. I'm still in.
No, it could happen. It could still happen. Listen, they probably printed up. They probably jumped the production, the print run on that product. I would imagine would go up a little bit, not too much. But I'm guessing the checklist will stay roughly the same. Maybe increase a little more. They're gonna add, just like with every other release, they're gonna add 7, 8 more parallels. Color number parallels. So that bumps the print run. I think we'll get a call. It's surprising though, because like the people that I know had got callbacks on the same day, their day of release. There were people in the Midwest and East Coast that called around, I don't know, 8 their time, 8:30, something like that, 8:40, which would have been like 6:40 our time. I placed the call like a few hours after. And the fact that we haven't gotten callbacks, that tells me that a lot of people early from the East Coast and Midwest are buying cases.
Well, we have our early birds out here, but none of them got it either.
But I think the call I'm still hopeful that the call will go through. It's funny because I've called a few times just to see what, I'm always curious to see what the message is in the answering machine, and it changes all the time. And so,
I didn't call back to check.
Yeah, so. the most recent iteration of the answering machine message was something along the lines of like, if you're because they'll tell you at the end, it's like, if you're calling for the hotly anticipated Logo Fractor, leave your name, blah blah blah, and then at the end she added the little caveat. Just note that callbacks are not guaranteed, or something like to that effect. And I was like, shit.
Yeah. Well, the earlier iterations also had don't leave us a second message. That was one of the things. If you called once, don't call again.
They had that.
Yes. Yeah.
Had that. Or the first message you left, they also gave you that caveat. But the second one did too. But yeah, and we haven't even touched on price point. It went up from $50 on the 22 box, which I get it. Tops was leaving probably purposely a lot of money on the table. They probably didn't know how well received this would have been. This was going to be, although that's crazy because it had a bunch of parallels and the rookie glass was really good. The next year it was 65. Yes, last year I think 65. I think it was. And then this year it jumped to 110.
Yeah, huge jump.
So it's a huge jump. It's almost 100% jump. At least not year to year, but from 2022, it's definitely been more than 100% jump. So it's kind of crazy. It's still there's probably still some bone in that, some meat in that bone. If you look,
I hope so.
To resell, I know that Ron and I are looking to resell a case if possible. Those steel cases will carry a premium. I've touched base with a few breakers that I regularly sell to, and they are buying both individual boxes and cases. However, cases, as you would imagine, carry a little premium. So it wouldn't surprise me to see those boxes. I don't know what they're going for on eBay. I haven't checked, but it wouldn't surprise me to see them at 150, 160.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a wild ride to see what they come in at, especially since people trying to get them haven't been able to get their hands on them at all.
No.
So
I'm guessing if you have them, if you have secure orders right now, I'm pretty sure you can sell them for a hefty premium, just because of the uncertainty. Yeah. So yeah, that product's amazing. I'm looking forward to getting some. Shoot, even if I think worst case scenario. And by the way, I'm getting over a cold, which is also one of the factors that wasn't available last few weeks. I think I got long COVID. I got COVID, by the way. Anyways, I think I got COVID. I didn't test myself, but anyways, I'm looking forward to see that product. I think what could happen, Ron, is that we may be out of luck. We may be shit out of luck on cases, but they'll let us buy 4 or 5 boxes. That's if I had to put bets on it, I would say that's likely the most likely scenario that we still can buy 4 or 5 boxes. In which case, I'll buy them. I'll maybe sell 2 and keep 1 or whatever, or rip 1, something like that. If that's what we're buying, then I might as well buy 1 because the rookie class is awesome.
Absolutely. Which leads us right down into the rookie class of Topps Sapphire Chrome Baseball
Product
Sapphire
number 2.
Edition.
Part of the
number 2
inundation and saturation of our wallets.
The season of Chrome.
Yeah, that product was from Montgomery Club member up until this morning, I think. I was gonna buy yesterday. I didn't pull the plug. Felt terrible this morning because I was like, shit, I should have done just 1. I'm guessing
that's all you could do with your Montgomery Club was a single one or 2 cases, 1 box or 2 cases.
Someone's commenting here. Oh, I see. Sorry, Tom. I just saw your messages. Stopped by the flagship store yesterday. They are going through the list of calls. They expect that everyone that left a message on day 1 at least will get a call back. Yeah, that's what's always been the case. There were literally people behind the desk making calls. Yeah, I mean it's just crazy because like I literally called. So thank you for your comment first of all, Tom.
Yes,
your comments. It's crazy because like if I'm 2 hours behind, the person I know bought 2 cases, and he's in Chicago. I placed the call 2 hours after he did. Like, man, that many calls between 2 hours. We're talking about day 3 already. I don't know. I feel I'm getting the runaround. What is it called? The runaround.
Yeah, runaround.
Because, man, 2 hour difference. Does that equate to 2 days plus of calls? I don't know.
You know, it could because it could just be stacked up. You look at the idiots like us calling like crazy. You know, they might get stacked up.
They may know, but I'm looking forward to see that product. But yeah, Sapphire. So Sapphire, I was gonna get a box. I didn't. I figured I had to move some money around in my baseball wallet, in my hobby wallet, and that's the thing with so many things. Because I'm looking to purchase a significant amount of logo fractor, which I think has a higher per box premium, per box margin. If the idea is to sell. So I've got that in my mind. And then Sapphire, I think you could probably still get 1 for a decent price on general release day. What's going to be the difference? Maybe $50?
No, they've generally been about $10 different on release day. So there hasn't been much.
Pardon me.
You know, it's generally 10 or bucks or so. It may be the same though, because it wasn't a pre-order. It was a Montgomery Club exclusive. So it wasn't.
You're right. Maybe the same
pre-order.
Price.
So it probably is.
If I'm looking at honestly, like that's a product that's too, in my opinion, for my purpose, it's too expensive of a product to include in the PCB. So it's more of a make your money to be able to rip one or
It
whatever.
it came in at, what was the price?
Three forty nine.
$349.
$349.
So, and last year was $220 a box, but it
Crazy.
didn't include the auto. The difference is this one has an auto in it. Last year's did not have an auto in it, so they've guaranteed you that auto and up the price accordingly, more than the
Yep.
cost of what you'd pay for an auto outside of
You
it.
know,
But
usually tops prices autos at about 100, 110,
Yeah.
105. That's kind of the formula. So that kind of makes sense.
They
The
kicked it up
checklist,
130.
what's the checklist like? Like, have you seen it?
I haven't seen the checklist.
I think
I
I
haven't seen
heard.
it.
I'm not sure if I would. That's the thing. Maybe they would have. I think I heard someone, but I'm not sure if they were talking about Bowman Chrome, which we'll get to. I think they were saying 150, but I haven't looked at it. It wouldn't surprise me if the checklist for Chrome Sapphire it's somewhere around that. So you're gonna get host. It's
And
okay.
one of the things I ran into is because of moving around and stuff, I didn't have the multiple addresses that I used to be able to use. So I had the Monte Club that set up in my son's name. I tried using it, and it was looking at my payment saying, oh, no, your payment goes from here. The payment address is the same. So it wouldn't allow me to buy the second box this time. So there goes my two Monte Club. I'll go back to a single Monte next year anyway. I really didn't get the value. I did get the value, but it became a hassle when I couldn't land the product, and it got frustrating.
Yeah,
So
a lot of people are that's another sort of subtopic. A lot of people are questioning MC value going forward. A lot of people I know speculated that the Fanatics may do something really good with it going down. I mean, in the future, so they didn't want to lose it, kind of, or lose the price, right? Because obviously to get a new one is more expensive than to renew. We all know that.
Correct.
So I think that was the reason behind some people staying with it, hoping that Fanatics would do something cool with it. However, this year has been a major disappointment.
There's been a couple of things that people made the $150 back or whatever it was, because it was a nominal price this year.
What was it? The one product that we all got and it was decent. Was it Bowman Sapphire or something? What was it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember which one, but we actually did all make our money back on it early. I mean, there was a couple of products in there.
Well, the complete set should be cool because it has that cool design.
Yeah.
So we'll see about that. But if you want, you can sell that and get some money back. But yeah, going forward, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I mean, it's not terrible. What is it, like 150, something like that? 200 to renew?
Yeah, it was like, I think it was a $199 this last year, so 200. The other thing that was happening with the Sapphire was the cases being sold out within 2 minutes. There's a lot of talk about the fact that, hey, they let the Platts in on this. But what I'm hearing is, well, it wasn't really that they let the Platts in. A lot of those Platts are already Montgomery Club members, and they just got the early awareness.
They did make him aware of it. They did make him aware of it, I think. But it's those people are not buying that. I mean, the 50 people that make up that group, probably 3 are breakers or store owners or whatever. So those are really the only people that will be buying something. So it's not that. It's just that if you have a nice bot that you employ, and if you got a monitor on the website, you're gonna find a link. So if you pay for that sort of service to tell you when the link is up, then you get a 2-minute advance notice, and that makes all the difference.
Yeah, and that's something that's available to people in their Tops After Dark group and within your group as well here. They just need to reach out and speak to folks about it.
Absolutely. If you would like to do that, we can put you in touch with some people that can make.
We know
happen.
a guy who knows a guy.
We know a guy, a trench coat guy. Right? No, but I don't employ those things because it's just too much.
No, nor do I. But in the past, we used to use them with the Project 70 drops and stuff. it really helped landing some of the cards that we wanted to get
Right.
in the past. Just
But
knowing
that
that
game has changed
and
dramatically.
tipping
So
it exactly. So it's not about that anymore. Now it's about
that.
trying to get these other products. And there's a lot of talk now that hey, even the hobby boxes aren't the play; it's the case that's the play. There's a lot of conversation about that, but
you're talking about Sapphire?
yeah. But that's a conversation for another day, especially when they come out with Sapphire basketball. So that'll be a big game changer for all of us.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, listen, so in recap, item 1, item 2, logo fractor, I'm in. If I can get a box, Ron, so is Ron. Montgomery, Chrome Sapphire, I will get a box in general
I'm
release.
in.
That's it. I think Ron got a box, right? Montgomery Club.
Yep.
And then moving on to item number 3 of the mass inundation of product, Bowman Chrome released today to the general public. I'm assuming it's not sold out. I'm assuming it's widely available. That's a product that usually doesn't sell out because that's Topps premium.
We're having some dog issues over here.
Oh, no worries. That's Topps premium of how do I say this? Of Topps premium products, that's the product that's the most hit or miss for folks because of format, because of international prospects not necessarily panning out or panning out. That's the product release with the most delta in Topps.
Now, Jorge, I'm getting. Sounds like you're breaking up to me. I'm not sure if it's just me.
I have full Wi-Fi. Still? Everybody in the chat, can you comment on whether I sound weird or Ron or I can hear you fine, Ron.
Okay.
Let me see. I'll ask you the chat. How is the AV?
It might be my connection.
Are you still listening to me? I mean, is it still bad?
You're choppy.
Choppy.
Yeah.
I can. Okay. Let's see. Anyone responding? I'm not sure if the people are still here. Still.
You're breaking up faster than my high school girlfriends.
Can you see the chat, or you're using your phone? You can't see it.
I'm looking at the chat in here. Not seeing anybody comment.
Yeah. Can you hear me now or no?
Yeah.
No, still choppy?
Why don't I drop and try and rejoin?
Okay.
See if it's me.
If you can hear us, folks, we're having some connectivity technical issues. We're gonna see if if Ron pardon me, man. We're gonna see if Ron can get back, can sign back in. Let me add him. Hello.
There we go. Now I can hear you. Yep, absolutely.
Okay, I think it was you then somehow. Okay, so Bowman Chrome, I was just explaining that that's of Topps premium-ish products. That's the one with the highest delta of hit or miss or value. Sometimes it really pans out, like 2016 that had Vladi, Tatis, Soto on it. And sometimes you get a box like 2021, which has literally no one who is still in the minor leagues or has made it to the show. So I mean, other than the rookies, there is some salvage in the fact that you can get a Chrome rookie of someone in the parallel. In this case, Skeens has one. So I don't know if that card will be meaningful or not, but that is he will have a rookie card as well as all the Jacksons.
Yeah,
Now,
it'll
there
be.
are some folks that have autos, not everyone. I think the list of autos, of rookie autos, I think it's like 10 or 12 or something like that.
Mm.
And they left out, I should have looked it up, but they left out one or two people. It wouldn't make sense to me that they would leave out Skeens for flagship of next year. But they have, oh, and by the way, those the odds to pull those rookie autos, pretty tough. The majority of times you're going to get a prospect auto. So, but they do have some of the Japanese players. They do have Jackson Merrill, Jackson Churio, Jackson Holiday, I think. I think most of those guys are in it. So
And a
take that
bunch
for
of
what it
folks
is.
looking for the Garbage Pail Kids cards.
And that's a cool insert. I'll give them that. I think I will. So that's the type of product that I usually do purchase, just because it's a great product to include in the prospect chase box. The hobby box has 2 autos. Those GPK insert cards, those chase cards are really nice. So I'll probably purchase a couple boxes for the PCB or to hold. But they did go up too in price.
Yeah, they
Didn't
did.
they?
Yeah, I think they went up about $30.
A little bit?
Yeah,
How
I think
much?
they were like, I think $30. I'll have to check last year's pricing, but I believe it was $249, and this year it's $279.
Yeah. That's about the price that that's about the price that when the product's steady, that when the product's solid, like for example, the last solid Bowman Chrome product was 2022, because you could get Jackson Churio autos. You can get Jackson Merrill's first auto, even if it's not a first, because they messed up his image with 22 Bowman. However, his first auto, even if it's not a first, is in that product in 22 Bowman Chrome, and you get to get a shot at Julio rookie and Bobby rookies.
Yep.
So that product holds pretty well. The thing is, it still sells. But this is what's funny, and I wanted to make a comment about this here, mostly because not a lot of people listen to us. I think that product's undervalued, Ron. That could be a hot take. That product still sells for about $270. You can buy it on Dave and Adams. You can buy it anywhere. $270 something without tax, with no taxes. I think that product may be a slightly undervalued, given what we now know about the potential of Jackson Merrill.
Yep.
Jackson Churio, the fact that they both have first autos in that product, and the fact that you can get Bobbies and Julios there, parallels. It may still have, I don't know how much more you get other than Merrill and Churio, maybe a couple more. But I'm high on, I don't know, this cannot be a hot take. I'm really high on both players. Really high. I've been high on Churio since the get-go.
Yeah. He has turned it up a notch too lately.
Churio has really good comps to really established players, such as Ken Griffey, through H whatever. I think Churio may be the real deal. And Merrill is proving everyone that at age 21 or whatever it is, he is 22, 21, putting up those numbers. We can use that as a segue for Rookie of the Year races.
Well, hey, here's something. I went ahead and took a look to see what the Bowman Chrome was coming in at while we were talking here. 2023 Bowman Chrome baseball hobby box was $10 more than this year's box. It actually dropped $10 in price. Last year it was $289, and it's $279 right now.
Yeah, it's still early. We don't know much about that product yet, like the longevity, how well it will hold up. So I'm surprised to see that's the case. And you said it still sells for how much?
$279 right now. It's up on top site.
You know what's? Wait, in 2023?
No. The
Oh no, I'm talking about
2023 the 2024 box is up for $279.
79. Yeah. That's what I
Yeah,
thought it was.
and last year's was $10 more than this year, so they
Yeah.
actually dropped the price $10.
Interesting.
Surprise! That
Yeah, I mean, about the same, but yeah, I get your
Yeah.
point. I wonder how those boxes, those 23 boxes, are selling. Interesting. I would expect them to have dropped. Let me take a quick glance and blowout and see if they have them. 2023 Moment Chrome Hobby. Man, I can't get rid of this cold.
Yeah. Well, while you're digging that up,
they have dropped. You can get them now for $240.
Yeah, there you go. A little bit discount.
I honestly, it's one of those things where I want to load up. I want to load up on 2022. Now the question is, do I wait for buyback money, which may never come because I haven't bought any of that product really. I don't own a single Judge or Ohtani.
I don't either at this point. We'll have to take a look.
That gets us into the MVP races. Judge, I think it's a lock at this point because Bobby has had a rough 2 weeks. And rough, in relative terms, he's still like producing but Judge is at a torrid pace. And I don't see how he does not win it. Ohtani, it's different because you would think he'd be a lock with those gaudy numbers.
Yep.
However, the more this DH thing gets pressed about him just being a DH and Lindor, having a terrific season,
coming back on. Yep.
And if the Mets make the playoffs under his under his wings, if you will, on his shoulders, he may have a solid case because war-wise, they're not that far. I think they're really close. Depending on if you use F4 or the other one, but they're really close. So right now, the favorite's got to be Ohtani just because he's MLB's darling.
Yep.
But there is a case to be made.
Absolutely. Lindor has been on fire. Absolutely on fire. So,
especially if they make the playoffs, like they could be. They could. So that takes us another direction. Wild card races. Man, this is going to be exciting. Arizona has no let go, no let back. They're staying in it. The Padres.
And the thing is they've played, now one less game than the Padres, so they can make up a game easily.
Yeah,
because the Padres had played those early games in Korea.
That's true.
So,
yeah, I think you guys have played the Mets. Yeah, one more time. Yeah.
Yep.
One game ahead of the Mets. So we'll see. Man, it's tough.
It's making it really interesting to see what's going to be happening coming down because, the Mets Braves are neck and neck now for that last spot. But is it really the last spot? It depends on how people play out these next 2 weeks. And while Jorge has muted for a second here, we'll keep on going.
I'm back.
I was just I was saying with the Braves and the Mets neck and neck, it's anybody's wild card.
I think it's the Padres to lose just because the Padres rotation on paper is probably the best.
Solid.
The Mets rotation has overperformed the mean quite significantly last month.
Yep.
You got 4 or 5 guys pitching like 2 or 3 guys. And Severino has been fantastic. Sean Manaea, who goes to the mound tonight, has been terrific. You've gotten contributions from David Peterson, pitching like a fucking Steve Avery. They've been good. So I think the Braves are the ones. I hate to root. I mean, I don't hate to root. I love to root against those fuckers. However, I think this is not their year. They always have that in them, that little run. They always make noise. However, I don't know. I think this might be the year that they are left out. I just don't know about the D-backs. I think
Yep.
the Padres. I think the Padres will get in. I have a feeling.
We shall see. They're sure trying their best.
If
And
it's gonna
the
be,
thing
if
is,
I had a choice, my gut feeling is that it's gonna be Padres, D-backs, Mets.
I hope so. Be an exciting off season.
And I don't want, because honestly, besides not liking Atlanta because of my division rival, I don't want to see Atlanta without Acuna, without Strider, without like I don't want to see them in the playoffs. I don't want to see Freeman. I don't want to see wife beating Osuna. Like I don't like those players. So they're not exciting players. I'd rather see Tatis, Lindor, Corbin Carroll, who's making a comeback, having a great September. Yeah. And then in the I think the AL is pretty much decided, isn't it?
The AL is still pretty close. So you've got the Yankees and Orioles battling back and forth. That's keeping it pretty interesting over there. You know, they're both 83 wins. The only difference is they have one less game than or one more game than the Yankees, so they're a half game behind them. So one of the two of them will be there. Royals are right there. Twins are right there. Detroit is coming up from behind. They won 11-0 yesterday. They're trying. They're sitting at 74 wins, but you know it's Twins, Royals.
Maybe a little too late. Too little too late.
The alternating between the Orioles and the Yankees is who's going to be wild card and who's going to be the division winner. So it's a tight race there.
But it's pretty much a lock that the Royals and Twins are in, right? And who's the third wild card team?
It's looking good. It's looking good. The Twins are the third, so it's Orioles, Royals, Twins.
And the
so Twins are the
team is like what, 4 games back, something like that.
3 games back right now. That's the Tigers.
With 20 games to go, that's tough. Yeah, I would write that down already. I would write that ticket. Okay, so MVPs, we touched on it. Rookie of the Year. Your boy Jackson Merrill, I think, has a strong case.
He's making it, but you know, Skeens keeps delivering. Just game after game, you know, but he only plays once every 6 days, 5-6 days.
I mean, he's just been dominant. People don't look at wins anymore, so that's not a factor. It's about how dominant. It's about your whip, strikeout rate, strikeouts, personality, obviously, all that shit. Man, I think, if Chris Sale wasn't having the season that he's having, they could have probably slotted Skeens for Cy Young and left Merrill for Rookie of the Year. I don't know. I think the jury's still out. Depending on what Merrill does this last few weeks, he may have a case. In the AL, no one has really stood out, right? It's kind of a bunch of good players, but I don't even know who the candidates are. Rafaela, maybe.
You know, I haven't even been following him as much. You know, we've been so ingrained in the National League.
I don't even know who the top.
We'll have to bring back the AL front runners for the next one to take a look.
Yeah,
but we're still sitting here impressed that the Cleveland Guardians are doing what they've been doing. You know, we started this year, no way were they the top team. And here we are once again looking at them going, oh my God, how are these guys still in here?
It's crazy. Let's see. You also wanted to touch on, I think you touched on it a little bit, but the whole EQL.
Well, that's one of the things with some of the new products coming out or the high demand products. Tops is doing a lot more of the EQL. We've seen it on a couple of drops lately. You kind of got to strategize about that, because what they're saying is, hey, we're going to make this fair for everybody by distributing this. You win one, you go to the bottom of the list. You don't win one, you get a bonus and go up the list a little bit. So you now have to weigh, are you going to use your EQL on some product that you really don't care about? Or are you going to save, your non-winning streak and hope for the better chances for a higher product, like when Sapphire basketball drops, for instance? It's a numbers game again that they're doing. They're really working it.
That's 2 years removed, though, isn't it? Licensed basketball, is it next year?
Next year's a license, but people are picking it up this year unlicensed.
We didn't touch on that. I made my August there.
Yep.
I sold my basketball box for I think I made 100% on it.
I definitely paid for both of my boxes with the one box sale.
Yeah. Did you sell both?
No, just the one so far. The other one just
you said
there.
you were holding on to one, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You made almost as much money as I did. I sold it eBay too. I took the L with eBay, but whatever. Honestly, it's really ridiculous that they take
13 to 15. Yeah, 13 to 15%.
It's just funny how that works. I mean, percentage wise, like $80, that's crazy, or something like that. We didn't touch on that. But yeah, no, I'm excited about baseball. Will be interesting to see the next few weeks. See how it goes. Well, I wish you, Ron, wish you a steady recovery from your moving. If I make it down to the SD general area, I'll let you know. You're probably way too inland now to meet up.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
But thank you, everyone. We're here almost at the 40-something mark, so want to keep it short. Hopefully we will be back next week with episode 67. Maybe we'll have more insight as to what happened with Logo Fractor and Bowman Chrome and all that. So stay tuned. For Jorge Prospector, this is Ron Bartley. See you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.